I came from a non-religious family, and we had very close ties with each other. Family was the most important. No talks of God, really, but I believed in God, and I believed he was just an impersonal God. He created everything and then moved on. And when it came to Christianity, we were not Christian at all. We mocked them. We would make fun of them. And especially Jesus. Didn't know really much about him, but just the name was set in disdain in our home. And when I was around 11, my brother and I were in our yard, and we stumbled on this large stone circle that we thought must have been built by Satanists. And so we thought we should destroy it. So we kicked the stones and threw them, did what damage we could to it, and then went inside and told our mom this wonderful thing that we had done, and she didn't react at all. And so later that day, my dad came home, and they called us into their bedroom, and my dad had a magnetic sparkle in his eyes, and he just said, what if I were to tell you that witches and wizards were real? And my brother and I looked at each other and rolled our eyes, and my dad said, he just kept going, and he talked about how they are real and magic is real and we can use magic, and that he and my mother were Wiccans, which is like modern day witchcraft, and we could be Wiccans too if we wanted to. And my brother seemed indifferent, but I was very interested. My parents had bought me a book on Wicca, which became my Bible. And most everything I learned was from that book. And I started practicing it from 11 on through high school. The things that disillusioned me were the experiences that I had, the negative experiences, namely thinking or being told that I could control this magic, but having the experiences that I couldn't. Like if I cast a spell and it worked, but then tried to remove it and it wouldn't be removed. And then scary experiences, like with a Ouija board that my dad and I used. We used it one time and said no more. And then an experience I had with my mom where we tried to enter into a different plane of existence. And that experience left me pretty shaken and kept me from delving, just kind of snorkeling on the surface of Wicca. I didn't really delve deeper because of these kind of scary little things. I just wanted to stay in the comfort zone of what I thought was okay. So when I met Dane, I told him I was Wiccan, and he told me he was Catholic, which was appalling to me. But he didn't act appalled at me, so we were able to talk, and I was able to learn that apparently a lot of the things that I had thought that God was like was a lot of what the Catholic Church had taught. And so he offered to bring me to a Catholic Mass, and I agreed to go. And it was in that Mass that I encountered Jesus. During the Sign of Peace, I encountered him and his love, and realized that what I was seeking, I had found it in the Catholic Church. He was there. That's where God was. When the deacon said, let's give each other the sign of peace, I had no idea what that meant. And I looked at Dane, and he just, I looked at him like this, and he turned to me and he said, peace be with you. He gave me a hug. And then I watched him turn to the people around him. So I turned to the people that were nearest to me, and they were already turned toward me with their hands outstretched, wishing me peace. And I was just really shocked, because I thought, why would you wish me peace? They didn't know that I had mocked them, that I had thought of them in a low way, and that I had disdain for them and their God. But I knew in that moment that Jesus did. And I couldn't believe that he didn't strike me down the moment I went into his house. And even though I felt ashamed of how my heart was toward those people, I just felt this love come from him, from Jesus, and this mercy and peace. I felt his peace. And that's how I knew this is home. This is what I'm looking for. It took 8 years for me to come into the Catholic Church. And really pivotal was having sponsors, people around me that could bring me in, that could sponsor me through RCIA. RCIA was pivotal in helping me learn about the Catholic Church and awakening even more curiosity about it. And once that ball started rolling, it just hasn't stopped. Even today, it hasn't stopped. But definitely having my in-laws there to walk with me in that journey. And after I came into the Catholic Church, they're still there and continued going to Mass with me. I mean, it's so important to continue the journey with people who are coming into the church, and being there for them and supporting them, because it was very, very new for me. The Bible says to stay away from the occult. And even if you're in the New Age and you don't believe that, you don't believe in the Bible, do you know why you don't believe it? I would say at least check into it. Know why you're doing what you're doing. A lot of the New Age has to do with what other spirits and seeking hidden knowledge, either through engaging with spirits or engaging with acts like horoscope reading or tarot cards. I really think that people who are doing those things should ask, where is this information coming from? And how do you know that it's benevolent? How do you know it's on your side? Discern it and really go over it with a fine-tooth comb. And I would say don't just cast aside what the church has taught. The church is over 2,000 years old. How old are we? So that wisdom and that knowledge, don't just cast it aside. At least check it out and discern it seriously.